Hello students and welcome once again. Previously we had done the question answers of Malu Balu and also the chart. Today we are going to complete the other activities that are present in the textbook. So let's proceed. We are given a passage here that we have to read and then answer a few questions. Now the beginning of the passage is, one day Meena plucked a mango and brings it home. So Meena found a beautiful tree of mango that had ripe mangoes and she plucked them and brought them home. Her grandmother gives a large piece to Raju because he is a boy. So now here we can clearly understand that they are differentiating genders, or they are discriminating a gender, that is, because Meena is a girl, she was not given a bigger piece, but Raju being a boy, her grandmother gave him a bigger piece. Meena protests. Of course she is going to protest. There is no difference between a girl and a boy in this uh, in this time, but still she got a lesser pace and she was the one who worked hard for it. After all, she brought the mango and she is the elder of the two. She's older, she brought the mango, but she still got smaller piece compared to her brother. She insists she has a greater right over her share. She demanded that I should get a bigger piece because I was the one who brought it and I'm also the eldest. Her father comes to her help and divides the mango equally. And that time, her father, being the mature one, decides to give both the kids an equal share. Now answer the questions. Who brought the mango home? Meena was the one who brought the mango home. Why did Meena's grandmother give her a larger piece to Raju? Her grandmother was actually discriminating between a boy and a girl. That's why Raju was given a bigger piece because he was a boy. Who do you think should have got the larger piece? According to me, Meena should have gotten the larger piece because she did all the hard work of bringing a mango home. Use the following clues. Write about yourself in the space below. Now this is something that's kind of easy for you because you know yourself much better than I do. So we'll start with our introductions, or how we are, like name. My name is Komal Patel. What about yours? So you have to write your name. Place you live in. So here you are going to write your address. Physical features. How do you look like? Tall, short, slender, petite, fat. So it depends. We can also give our skin color. We are brown, chocolatish, wheatish. Then habits. Habits are usually what we like to do. Like I prefer watching TV. Then we have likes and dislikes. What are the likes? I like flowers. It depends on you what you like. And dislikes, what you don't like. I don't like people who tell lies or cheat in the exams. So what are the things that you don't like? You have to write them down. What are the things your mother asks you to do? Things you like to do and things you do not like to do. Now this is something that differs from a person to a person. Some students or some children love to do a lot of things. There are few that don't like to do. But we all have our likes and dislikes and what we want to do and what not. Now the things that I like to do, or a child would usually like to do, is going to a market with their grandfather or grandparents because it's fun. We know that our grandparents would always buy us the things that we want. It's usually a small secret between us and our grandparents. Giving a glass of water to anyone is a simple task, but it shows that we are introducing someone. We are introducing ourselves to someone. So we like to do that. Playing in the evening, that's our best thing because we get to spend time with our friends, surfing on the net for half an hour. Sometimes the students would do it even more than an hour, like watching videos, cartoons, or movies. It's something that these days students love to do. Things you do not like to do. It depends from person to person, but these are something general that people don't like to do. Polishing your shoes before going to school. I have observed that most of the students don't polish their shoes. So that is something that we should keep in mind. We, as a teacher, we prefer students having polished shoes. And the other thing is like not wearing a badge or something, but that depends. Not everyone is like that. The other thing that we don't like to do is making our own bed. After waking up, we don't fold our blankets, we expect someone to do it for us because we are too lazy. That's not a good thing. Getting up early, especially on a holiday, getting up early is very difficult. That's why most people don't like it. Arranging books and copies in the shelves, especially if you're working in a library or when you're told to arrange the books in the library, it could be stressful for a lot of people. You can write your own things that you like and don't like in the table as well. Next we have, that's right. So what are we going to do over here? When we are trying to avoid repeating names, we use a certain other word for that. Or we use another word instead of a name. Like he, she, him, his. So we are going to do that. Malu lived with Malu's parents. So here we can use Malu lived with her parents in North Pond. Malu had great fun with Malu's seagull friends. Now, instead of continuously using Malu, we can say she had great fun with her seagull friends. One day, Malu's father told Malu that the hunters had come to trap Malu and Malu's family. So one day, her father told her that the hunters had come to trap her and her family. Malu knew how to hide very well. She knew how to hide very well. Malu shut Malu's eyes and curled up like a ball of snow. So she shut her eyes and curled up like a ball of snow or like a snowball. The hunters searched for Malu and Malu's family everywhere, but in vain. So what would it become? The hunters searched for her and her family everywhere, but in vain. I hope you understood that. If you didn't, then I'll help you out again. Now we are speaking of a person in a singular form, then it is I or me. When we're talking about a lot of people, it is we or us, that is in a group. When we are talking about a person that we are speaking to, or we are talking about someone else, it would be you. Even if it's singular or plural, it will be you. When you're talking about some other people, then it will become he, she, him, or her. And in plural form, it would be they or them. When you're talking about place or things, things in the sense non-living things, then it would be it. There is nothing like its. So it would just be it. When we're talking about it means it is. So it is always in singular. Now let's write the paragraph again. So how would it be like? Malu lived with her parents in North Pole. She had great fun with her seagull friends. One day her father told her that the hunters had come to trap her and her family. Now here we can see that where we used to use Malu, Malu's family, it is converted to her. She knew how to hide very well. Instead of Malu, they used she. She shut her eyes and curled up like a ball of snow. So instead of Malu, it is again she. So that's pretty easy. We don't have to use a lot of words. There are only a few changes when we're talking about Malu and her parents. The hunters searched for her and her family everywhere, but in vain. What does it mean in vain? They did not succeed. That's all for today. So let's take a recap on what we did today. We understood a passage, we did its question answers, we tried to describe ourselves and what we like and dislike, our physical features. Then the things that when your parents ask you to do, but you like to do them or you don't like to do them, we categorized them. Then we tried to avoid using repeating of the names by writing them in he, she, it form. That is known as proverbs. And then we wrote the paragraph again. That's all for today. If you have any doubts, you can see the video again or you could ask me. I hope you complete this homework by 10 a.m. tomorrow or before even that. Bye-bye.